Dr. Carol Swain's our guest. She's a candidate for mayor in the August 1st election here in Nashville coming up. Dr. Swain, you've made some writings over the years that have become controversial. One of them is about burqas. You wrote in one of your columns, we must be willing to recognize the danger of the burqa, which allows individuals to completely conceal their identity. Do you still believe that, and how would that impact your way of governing as mayor?
Well, certainly.
Do you want to outlaw the burqa in Nashville?
Of course not. That's ridiculous. My statements would have to be.
But you said it's dangerous. You said there's a danger of people wearing burqas.
I'm talking about
exactly
the burqa with the eye slit.
Yes, I know.
And we've already had people commit crimes wearing those, and so that can be a danger. But you have to look at the context. I wrote that opinion piece right after the Charlie Hebdo attack in France. January 2015, and at that time I was just warning that we needed to be more vigilant about how we were handling issues that related to Islam, especially radical Islam. And so I wrote in that context, and so I think that it has to be, everything I've said or written has to be taken in context. But I really don't want to use all of my time up talking about stuff like that. There's so many issues affecting Nashville that relate to race.
I know one of the issues you want to talk about is race. In particular, you feel like that with having the new community oversight board coming in, do you think that's a good idea? Would you continue to support that despite some of the limitations that apparently seem to be on the way from the state legislature?
Well, when I was running for mayor last time, I wanted to work with the police and the community to bring them together, but I did not want to set up an adversarial type of situation.
You think that board is adversarial?
I think it has really not achieved what it has set. Well, I mean, it's not really set up yet. Yeah. It's not really set up yet, but I think that the police are very concerned about it, and it affects the quality of policing, and that we need to have a better way to bring the minority community and the police officers together. And one of my degrees is in criminal justice. I thought about a law enforcement career. I really want to work with the police to strengthen their department, but also with community relations. And we have a crime problem in Nashville, and often it's young black men that are arrested for the crimes, and the crime problem spills over into neighboring counties. I want to address that, and I believe that as mayor and being black, I can go into the schools, I can go into the detention centers, and one of the advantages I have, other than I'm black and I can talk about some things that white people are afraid to talk about, is that I come from poverty. I was one of 12, high school dropout, GED, went to a community college and got the first of 5 degrees. I love America. I've lived the American dream, and I want to give hope to people who are disadvantaged, not just black people, but also white people who come from unfortunate circumstances. And I understand how difficult it is, you know, when you are a low-wage worker, to pay the rent and to survive. And I want to make Nashville more affordable for these people.
One issue that's coming up on the national scene more than local, although it could come up locally, is the idea of reparations for descendants of African-American slaves. In 2002, you argued against reparation for those descendants up at Delaware State University.
Nothing has changed.
Well, what's happened here in Nashville is there has been some historical work done by Bill Carey, a local historian, that the city of Nashville for a number of years in pre-Civil War times did own a number of slaves. If those descendants can be identified of those slaves, would you support reparations for those being paid for by Metro government?
No, absolutely not. I think that we need to be looking forward, not backwards. And if you look at our country, like slavery was a horrible mistake. And you can go back to the turn of the century. There have always been people trying to make amends for that. Billions of dollars have been spent trying to make amends for that. And even if certain people were identified and given money, it wouldn't change their circumstances. America is a land of tremendous opportunities, and the blacks in America are better off in America than any other nation in the world. And so, no, I would not support that.
You also have an affordable housing plan. It's different. It's different from the mayor's. The mayor wants to spend about $750 million in various ways to help bring in more affordable housing. How can you approach that problem without spending a lot of money?
Well, one of the things that I know is that there are plenty of developers and contractors who have tried to build affordable housing, but the city has restricted them through zoning. The city has not cooperated. I have spoken with developers who say that they can build homes that would sell for $150,000 or less, apartment complexes where the rents could be from $600 to $1,000. That's affordable for working people. The city owns land. There's land that they give away for nothing to developers. I would work with developers who want to build affordable housing, trying to structure deals that would be profitable to them and to the city. And if it involved giving them land or helping them with land deals, we would structure something so that they could build their affordable housing on city-owned land. And so we're working on that. I'm working with several developers about providing truly affordable housing, and it doesn't involve bonds. And if the city needs to sell some land to raise money, I'm all for selling land at the market rate rather than giving it away to my buddies the way Mayor Briley has done.
So you're going to be out campaigning. Is it nice to have a little bit more time than you did before? It was a pretty quick race last time. This time, at least, you've got a chance to get out and campaign for a while. I
love people, and so I'm enjoying the campaigning. I'm not enjoying dialing for dollars, but it costs a lot of money to run for office. And Mayor Briley, you know, has deep pockets with people that are willing to throw money at him. So I'm raising money, and I'm hoping that the people will support me and give me a chance.
Dr. Swain, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
we may have you back again before the August election.
All right.
And thank you for joining us on Inside Politics this week. Hope you'll be back here again for a future show. If you can't get enough politics in the meantime, go to the NewsChannel 5 website. You'll see my Capitol View commentary there. A new commentary is posted every Friday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you back here next time. Goodbye.